Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we will compare two of the most advanced 5th-generation fighter jets in the world, the F-22 Raptor and the J-20 Mighty Dragon. These two planes represent the pinnacle of modern military aviation, and we're going to take a closer look at their capabilities and strengths. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Let's start. For the past few days, the deployment of F-22 Raptor in the Philippines has created a buzz around the internet. Many are excited to see this state-of-art technology goes toe-to-toe with China's J-20 Mighty Dragon. United States Air Force took an important first step on March 13, 2023 when F-22 Raptors deployed to Clark Air Base, marking the first time the United States 5th-generation fighters have ever deployed to the Philippines, according to the USAF. The F-22 deployment, which took place on March 13 and 14, 2023, coincides with the United States' major effort to strengthen and expand its Pacific posture to deter China's growing military might. Little do we know, Beijing has deployed J-20 fighter jets in the South China Sea as early as 2020, reaffirming its military strategy and geopolitical interests in the region, as well as its determination to counter any external military forces in the region. Since the beginning of April 2022, the PLA Air Force has been deploying J-20 fighter jets in the South China Sea, assigning them patrol missions in the vicinity of three geomaritime areas deemed to be of high geopolitical value by President Xi Jinping, including the Luzon/Bashi Straits and Malacca. If you watched my previous video about Fuga Island, the northern island part of Luzon which is still part of the Philippines, its strategic importance to China and the US, you can watch it, or if you haven't, I'll leave the link at the comments section and description of the video below. Now back to the video. The Raptors will be possibly based in Clark Air Base, while the Mighty Dragon possibly in Woody Island, a paracel of island in South China Sea which is under Beijing control since 1956, in Fiery Cross Reef, where they created an artificial island base. Why the deployment? Interoperability with the armed forces of the Philippines and to counter China's growing military might in the Indo-Pacific. China's might is growing not by years but by months, which is very alarming. PLA's Navy and Air Force are commissioning ships and aircraft at very staggering rate. The J-20 is one example. Manufactured in 2017 and 5 years later, PLA Air Force has around 150 to 200 of this 5th-gen aircraft. President Xi Jinping intends to increase the number of J-20s available to the PLAAF over the next few years so that the remaining three commands, Western Theater, Central Theater, and Northern Theater, are also equipped with this new aircraft. Tail of the tape. The F-22 Raptor, a 5th-generation stealth fighter jet, has been a staple in the United States Air Force since its introduction in 2005. Its unmatched speed, agility, and advanced technology make it one of the most formidable weapons in the world. It's incredibly agile and fast, and can outmaneuver almost any other fighter jet. It can supercruise with thrust vectoring engine. The J-20 Mighty Dragon, the J-20, also a 5th-generation fighter jet, was first introduced by the Chinese military in 2017. While it may resemble the F-22 in some ways, it has some key differences that set it apart. The J-20, on the other hand, is China's first stealth fighter and is also designed for air superiority and ground attack missions. It has advanced avionics and weapons systems and is a formidable adversary. With the introduction of the 5th-generation J-20 fighter jet into service in 2017, the PRC now has a high-performance combat aircraft comparable to those used by the United States. Fighters: Lockheed Martin Boeing F-22 Raptor and Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. Martin Boeing F-22 Raptor and Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. This assertion is supported by a series of close encounters between U.S. Air Force F-35s and PLAF J-20s flew over the East China Sea, ECS, prompting a U.S. Air Force Pacific Commander Kenneth Wilsbach stated that the Chinese aircraft's maneuverability impressed the U.S. pilots involved in these interceptions. With China increasing military drills around Taiwan in anticipation of actual military action, the risks of a clash between F-22 and J-20 are very high. The F-22 is 62 feet shorter and features pitch-directional thrust vectoring Pratt & Whitney F-119-100 engines with rectangular slit exhausts. They can accelerate it to Mach 2, 2,469 km per hour, fly it for 799 kilometers without external fuel drops and 2,962 kilometers with refueling, and reach a maximum service ceiling of 50,000 feet. The Pratt & Whitney engines are some of the best in the world, allowing the Raptor to cruise at supersonic speeds without using afterburners. This consumes less fuel and reduces the infrared signature, which enemy airborne, ground-based, and missile sensors are unable to detect. It has 3 retractable weapons bays, 1 large main bay at the bottom of the fuselage along the centerline and 2 smaller bays aft the engine intakes. While it can carry primary air-to-air missiles such as the AIM-120D Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missile (AMRAAM) and the AIM-9X Sidewinder in all bays, air-to-ground ordnance can only be carried in the main bay by swapping AIMs. It is said to be capable of carrying 6 AIM-120Ds. This is the F-22's first shortcoming: it cannot perform multi-role missions. For missile launches, the bay doors open for less than a second. It has a 160-kilometer range solid-state and /APG-77 active electronically scanned array, ASA, radar, excellent sensor fusion, and data links. However, its maneuverability and kinematic performance are gold standard, putting it on par with Russian Sukhoi jets in dogfighting. Its distinguishing feature is its complete all-aspect stealth. It does not fall into the low observability category. This makes it more expensive to maintain, with higher life cycle costs, as reports and images of its special radar absorbent coating flake off. The Chengdu Aircraft Corporation's J-20, on the other hand, is a delta wing fighter. It is thought to have poor kinematic performance, owing to the Chinese's difficulties with its domestically developed WS-15 jet engine. Only the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and Russia have access to this specialized technology. Its front-swept-back steerable canards provide exceptional maneuverability by breaking up airflow. However, some experts believe that this compromises stealth by providing a better surface for radar emissions to bounce off. It was initially powered by Russian AL-31F turbofans, and later by WS-10C engines. Many believe that because the J-20 is larger at 69 feet and lacks a powerful engine and thrust-vectoring nozzles, it cannot perform the gut-wrenching tight maneuvers required in a dogfight, giving the F-22 the advantage in this domain. Its stealth technology is thought to have been obtained from the F-35 Lightning II program through cyber attacks and hacking of private U.S. defense contractors' computers. What the J-20 lacks in kinematic performance and speed, however, is thought to be compensated for by advanced electronics, primarily a Lunenburg lens. It is a small device used during exercises to intentionally expose stealth fighters to friendly forces, implying that even the J-20's actual stealth features are unknown. It has 2 additional advantages over the F-22, a helmet-mounted display for pilots and a greater range of beyond visual range, BVR, missiles. The J-20 is equipped with the PL-15, the world's longest-range BVR capable of reaching distances of over 300 kilometers. Its HMD also gives its pilots the ergonomic benefit of not having to keep looking at the cockpit screen displays because all readings are directly beamed onto their helmet visor. It reduces stress while flying, especially in contested complex battlespace situations. Furthermore, the F-22 lacks an infrared search and track (IRST) system that, when cued to the radar, can aid in medium-range detection. A program to integrate an IRST onto it was only recently launched. The rumored weakness of the J-20 in dogfighting assumes that the Chinese designed it for that purpose. Experts believe it could be used in sniping modes with its latest radars, data linking, and sensor fusion, according to Eurasian Times. Using stealth and jamming capabilities, it can take out vulnerable assets such as the E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft and aerial refueling KC-46 tankers, leaving U.S. fighters such as the F-22 without both range and detection. It is consistent with China's overall anti-access/area denial (A2/AD) doctrine of using ultra-long-range missiles to hit enemy targets without allowing them to approach. The DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile (ASBM) is the most visible manifestation of this thinking. China's perception of future warfare as information-intensive is reflected in the concept of intelligent warfare, in which the pilot uses information with enhanced data linking and situational awareness, artificial intelligence, AI, and an observe-oriented act, OODA, loop in air combat decision-making. Intelligence becomes the deciding factor in a OODA 3.0, the J-20's designer Yang Wei wrote in a paper published in the Chinese defense journal Acta Aeronautica Sinica. According to Rick Zhou, a Chinese military aviation expert, its kinematic performance, even with interim engines, must be considered with its aerodynamic design, and its overall combat role must consider stealth, sensor fusion, data linking, and weapons. Finally, the number of F-22s produced has been reduced as production lines have been shut down. China is far from done with the recently introduced J-20s and may introduce even more advanced variants in the future. The problems with the WS-15 engines will have been resolved by then, with the J-20 matching the kinematic performance of the F-22 Raptor or even the Su-35. The F-22 Raptors will not go hunting by themselves. They will be equipped with heavy-duty F-15EX fighters and F-35 flying computers, giving the U.S. Air Force a significant advantage over other powers. So, what do you think? Which of these fighter jets is better? Write your comment below. Both the F-22 and J-20 have their strengths and weaknesses, and the outcome of any potential battle would depend on a variety of factors. But one thing is clear, these two planes represent the cutting edge of modern military technology, and they're sure to play a major role in the future of military aviation. This ends our video. Subscribe to our channel and like our video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.